What's going on, everybody? My name is Paul. Welcome back to my channel, The NBA GOAT. There is no BS here, just facts, hard stats, and truth, and history, NBA history. I always wanted to make a video on Bob Pettit. He was the first ever NBA MVP, and the guy that outplayed and defeated the Boston Celtics and Bill Russell himself in the NBA Finals in 1958. Playing the same position and being defended most of that final by Russell. There's no secret here, and I'm not trying to hide anything or whatever, but straight up, I'm going to tell you that Bill Russell wasn't available for Game 4 and Game 5 of that series. It was 6 games, so he missed 2 of them. Either way, with Bill Russell healthy, in Game 1, Pettit had 30 points and 19 rebounds with Bill Russell defending him. In Game 2, Russell got 19 points. In Game 2 against Russell, he got 19 points and 7 boards. But Russell outplayed him greatly in that Game 2 by getting 22 points and 27 rebounds. So Game 3, Pettit had 32 points to get back at Russell and 19 rebounds. While Russell finished with 14 points and 13 rebounds. And Russell, at the end of that third game, got injured, and he injured his foot. These guys went at it every single game, and it was a battle. That must have been great watching that at that time. In Game 4, with no Russell, Pettit had only 12 points, but 17 boards. In Game 5, with no Russell, he got 33 points in that final and grabbed 21 rebounds. 33 points and 21 boards. Now, in Game 6, got really interesting. Bill Russell returned from that foot injury. He might have not been 100%. I'm not saying that he was. But he was back for Game 6 to try to slow down Bob Pettit. But unfortunately, it seemed to be too big of a task for, he hurt Russell. And Pettit just exploded in that 6th game. Before, in that series, his high score was 33 points, I believe. He scored 50 in this game. He scored 50 points in this game with Bill Russell playing 20 minutes and got 19 rebounds as well with that, while shooting 56% from the field. So he took that game over, and the Hawks beat the Celtics 110-109. They won by one single point in Game 6 to win that series and to win the championship for the Hawks. And Bob Pettit got his first and only title to win that series 4-2. Now, Pettit was an amazing player. I've watched a lot of highlights of him, listened to a lot of players talk about him. He was an amazing player during his career. And his career lasted from 1954 to 1965. So his career averages were 26.4 points and 16 rebounds. So he averaged 26.4 points and 16 boards at the same time. He won the first ever MVP of the NBA in 1956. That's when they started handing out that award. And he was a member of the Hawks at that time with averages of 25.7 points and 16 boards. So just for comparison, Bill Russell's achievements that season were non-existent because he was not in the NBA yet. Pettit was asked in an interview not too long ago how he thinks the game changed for the young generation these days. And this is what he had to say about that.
Today's basketball, the young player starts, I watch my grandchildren. They start playing at 4 and 5 years old. They have coaching. And it's absolutely amazing by the time there's some of them that are really good ones out of finish high school, they're able to go into the NBA. Not a great number, but certainly more than in my day. We had nothing. I never played basketball until I was to like a junior in high school. I had no coaching. I had no summer leagues. All I learned was my parents put up a backboard in the backyard and with a hoop, and I practiced at night with a lamp in the window in my back bedroom shooting baskets hour after hour. I just learned trial and error, repeated and repeated and repeated, and finally I learned something. So I was able to play pretty well in high school and went on to LSU and did well at LSU and then went on into the NBA.
Now, Pettit was an all-star every single season he played in the NBA, all 11 of them. He won the Rookie of the Year in 1954-55 season. He was a 4-time All-Star Game MVP and a 2-time regular season MVP. He had the highest player efficiency rating from 1955 to 1959 for 4 straight years. Bob Pettit always said that his mental preparation, his mental, was always very important to him, and that he always gave it 100% on the court. He might have not played his best game every time, but he always was mentally prepared 100% to go at it as hard as he could. Now, here is he talking about that himself and explaining that whole process.
I think the strongest thing that I had was my mental approach to the game. I never, ever looked back on the 1,000 or so games that I played and was not mentally prepared to go out and play to the best of my ability every single night. Now, does that mean that I played well every night? No. But mentally, I was ready to go. And I played as hard as I could play every single night. And I think if that's the one thing that I had, this mental approach to the game, and it's the thing that after my 3rd year in the league, and I'd led the league in scoring and been named on the all-league team and led the league in rebounding, I felt that I was not strong enough. So I went out and started exercising with weights. Now, there are not many people that would do that after their 3rd year in the professional basketball and the success that supposedly I had had in those 3 years. But my desire to excel was the thing I felt that I'm most proud of, and the thing that I think enabled me to achieve whatever success I might have had.
Now, Pettit is one of the forgotten and less talked about NBA stars of the past. And his achievements are in some respects even better than Bill Russell's. I mean, he might have not been as great a defensive player as Bill was, but looking at everything else, Bill Pettit was a freaking beast. You know, the only difference I see majorly is that Pettit was not lucky enough to play on a team with as much talent as Russell, so he only has that one NBA title, because the Boston Celtics pretty much had all the talent in the NBA on that Celtics team, or at least most of it. Now, Bill Russell was a great player, but you know, he was the number 1 option only once in the NBA Finals as a Celtic. Only once he was the number 1 option out of all those 11 titles that he got. Now, let me know if you like recaps like this. Talking about older players like this, talking about older players' stories and showing their clips and bringing their memories back. Not a lot of people have watched these players, but they're a huge part of the NBA history. So if you like it, I'll be making more videos like this in the future. Now, thank you for watching. Check out these videos next, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.